We've done many things with respect to the federal and state legislative agenda and advocating for different policies there, such as banning the assault rifle and background checks, et cetera, to be part of those legislative agendas. On the local level, we have launched the Office of Violence Prevention, which is currently conducting a study of the profile of gun violence in our community so that we can take very targeted public health strategies and deploy them for the specific needs of our community. That is in works. We are also through the Office of Violence Prevention. We have a current mental health wellness campaign that's going on. We are looking at particular hotspots in our community with respect to where the violence is. We are currently conducting a gun safety storage lock campaign. We are working on activities to address hate. We have prevented our police department from reselling their guns into the market. And we are, again, sort of trying to really be targeted. The goal of the Gun Violence Summit is going to be able to, move us to build the kind of ecosystem that we need, the public safety ecosystem that we need, and a collaborative gun violence prevention strategy. We've also looked at things like developing I forget the technical term for it, but when there's a domestic violence situation, making sure that there's a restraining order, not just a restraining order, but that the guns are taken away from the violent party in that situation. A lot of these things need to be collaborative across different levels of government. And we had our gun violence prevention task force, which met, and the Office of Violence Prevention was a piece of that. The Office of Violence Prevention will be looking at various ways to do violence interruption. And then, of course, there's the work that you initiated on the Trauma Recovery Center that hopefully will be another piece of the puzzle as we look ahead. All of that said, while there is much that we can do here, and we are reeling from the tragedy in Uvalde, we have to remember that gun violence doesn't happen like it happened yesterday on a daily basis in our community. It's the mass shootings are the thing that get our attention, but every day someone's dying of suicide, someone's dying in a domestic violence situation. There's a child that's grabbing a gun and shooting someone or themselves because the gun was not stored safely, and that is what we see. Someone stealing a gun from someone's car where they stored their gun and it was unlocked. And so while the headlines matter and they help us to focus our attention, it's really important that we don't only design our gun violence prevention activities to meet the threat of a school shooter.